The screen opens with the sound of wind sweeping across the wide Alberta prairies. Horses run through open fields, their hooves striking the earth like a heartbeat. Golden sunlight breaks across the mountains, the same mountains that have stood watch over the Heartland Ranch for generations. The voice of memory and time carries us in. For 19 seasons, this land has seen everything, from the joy of young love to the pain of loss that nearly broke them apart. The people of Heartland have always found their way back to what truly matters. Family. The camera drifts across familiar sights. The worn wooden barn, still standing tall against storms and time. Jack's weathered hands fixing a fence in the morning light. Amy, her eyes steady and full of fire, guiding a horse with patience only she could carry. Lou, balancing dreams and responsibilities, holding the family together through storms seen and unseen. Every image is not just a memory, but a promise. The promise that life in Heartland is never easy, but it's always worth fighting for. Through the years, they have faced tragedy. They've buried their loved ones and they've seen friendships tested by distance and change. But even in the darkest nights when everything seemed lost, Heartland found a way to rise. Slow-motion laughter at a family dinner fills the screen, followed by the sudden silence of an empty chair. A storm cloud rolls over the hills, lightning flashing in the distance. The piano music grows heavier. Now as a new season begins, the ranch stands once more on the edge of change. What lies ahead will challenge them like never before. But one truth remains: this family never rides alone. The first notes of a swelling orchestra rise as the Heartland logo fades into view. The screen fades from golden light into soft, flickering images, snapshots of the past. A child's laughter echoing in the barn. The creak of the old wooden porch at dusk. The warmth of a family meal around a long table. Voices rising, overlapping, filled with love even in their arguments. For years, Heartland has been more than a place. It's been a lifeline. A quiet shot of Amy brushing her horse, eyes distant but calm, her voice in the silence steady as ever, reminding us that healing takes time. A hand gripping another hand across the table. Jack's weathered smile in the glow of the firelight. Lou's determined footsteps as she carries the weight of both family and community. Through heartbreak and healing, through mistakes and forgiveness, this family has held on tighter than ever. Music swells gently, strings tugging at the heart. We see flashbacks of love. Amy and Ty riding side by side, laughter spilling across the fields. Then the silence of his absence, a memory too heavy to forget but too precious to lose. The ranch still breathes his spirit, every fence post and trail carrying his story. But even in the empty spaces, love endures. The camera lingers on the little moments, the flick of a horse's ear, a child chasing fireflies, the soft glow of lanterns lighting the ranch at night. These details remind us, Heartland is not only about grand battles or storms, but the quiet strength in everyday life. Because family is not just who stands beside you in the light. It's who holds you steady in the dark. The music builds, wrapping every image in warmth, until it fades into silence, just the sound of a horse's breath on a cold morning. Dark clouds gather over the rolling hills. The warm golden tones of memory fade into cooler blues and grays. A horse neighs sharply, breaking the silence. The ranch that once felt safe now feels uncertain, fragile under the weight of change. This season, nothing will stay the same. A quick cut. Amy standing firm in the corral, facing a wild horse that refuses to be tamed. Her eyes show determination, but there's doubt hiding underneath. The music sharpens, strings plucking like racing heartbeats. New challenges are rising. Harder, sharper, and closer to home. Lou appears in the town hall, her voice raised as she argues with people who once trusted her. Papers scatter across a table. Whispers of division. The tension is clear. Leadership always comes at a cost. The screen flickers to Jack gripping his chest in the cold air of the barn. His face is pale, but he pushes forward, refusing to show weakness. Behind him, the ranch feels heavier, like it knows it's leaning on him more than ever. Every choice they make will matter. Every step could change everything. Scenes race by. Someone shouting in the rain, a horse breaking free from a fence, a sudden knock at the ranch door late at night. The family's laughter from before is gone, replaced by silence and the weight of unspoken fears. Heartland has always been about holding on, but now they must ask themselves, how much more can they take before it breaks? The music swells to a dramatic high, then cuts to silence as Amy whispers into the dark. We can't lose this place. Not now, the silence lingers. Just the sound of wind. The screen explodes into motion. A horse rears in panic, breaking through a gate. The camera cuts to Lou shouting over the storm, her words drowned by thunder. A glass shatters on the ranch table, arguments spilling louder than the rain outside. Every family has secrets, but secrets can't stay buried forever. The music shifts into sharp, pounding drums. Faces flash across the screen. Amy, eyes burning with determination. Jack, leaning against the barn wall, struggling to catch his breath. Lou, standing in front of a crowd that doesn't believe in her anymore. Every decision has a cost. Every silence carries a consequence. Quick cuts. A door slams in anger. Someone crying in the darkened stable. A horse bolting into the night, hooves striking sparks from the gravel. The screen cuts black. A whisper, "You're hiding something." The tension rises. Shouts, a slammed fist, the sharp ring of a phone unanswered. A letter drops onto the floor, its words unseen but heavy. Jack's voice breaks through. "If we lose Heartland, we lose everything." The sound of galloping returns, faster now, almost frantic. Images overlap, faces turning, eyes widening, a storm tearing across the ranch. This season, love will be tested. Trust will be broken, and the bonds that once held them together may be the very thing that pulls them apart. The drums fall silent, only the hollow sound of wind. Amy's face appears in close-up, tears shining, whispering to herself, "How do we keep fighting?" When the fight never ends, fade to black, the storm fades. The screen opens to golden light spilling across the valley. Horses graze peacefully, their silhouettes glowing against the sunrise. The music shifts, softer now, a gentle piano melody slowly weaving into uplifting strings. In the darkest moments, hope always finds a way. We see Amy riding through the open fields, the wind pulling her hair back. Her eyes filled not with fear, but with quiet strength. The camera slows as she leans down, her hand brushing against the mane of the horse beneath her. An image of connection, of trust. Because Heartland has never been about how many times life breaks you, but how many times you find the courage to rise again. The screen cuts to Lou, standing outside the town hall. For a moment she looks defeated, but then she breathes deep, lifts her chin and steps forward with determination. The people who once doubted her turn their heads slowly, their silence breaking into nods of respect. Jack appears next, sitting on the porch as the sun sets. His hands are old, his body tired, but his eyes burn with the fire of a man who refuses to quit. A child runs up, climbing into his lap, and for a moment the weight of the world lifts. Because even when the world changes, family is the one thing that endures. The music swells, smiles break through the tears. A family gathered around a campfire, laughter rising into the night. Horses run under the moonlight, strong and free. A wedding dress glimpsed through a door, joy flickering at the edges of struggle. Heartland is more than a ranch. It's a promise that no matter how heavy the road, no one rides it alone. The screen fills with golden light, warm and steady, holding long enough to let the audience breathe again. The screen goes dark. For a breathless moment there is only silence. Then, the soft sound of hooves striking the earth. Slow, steady, like a heartbeat returning after the storm. Heartland has weathered every trial, every storm, every goodbye. A single candle flickers in the dark, its flame fragile but unbroken. The music swells gently, carrying the weight of every season before. Images return in flashes. Amy on horseback at dawn. Lou holding her daughter close, Jack lifting his hat to the horizon. The family gathered together, framed in the golden light of sunset. But some journeys never truly end. The screen pulses with quick flashes, a wedding veil, a tearful embrace, a newborn foal standing for the first time, laughter echoing across the ranch. The music rises higher, strings and drums entwining into a triumphant finale. This is more than a ranch, more than a family. This is Heartland. The logo appears, bright, golden, glowing like the sun itself, on screen. Text, Season 19, coming soon. As the music soars to its peak, the screen holds for one final line. Because no matter where life takes you, the road always leads back home. The sound of galloping fills the silence one last time before the screen cuts to black. 19 seasons. 19 years of love, heartbreak, and second chances. Heartland has never been just about a ranch. It's about the people who refuse to give up on family no matter the cost. For 19 seasons, this land has seen everything. From the joy of young love to the pain of loss that nearly broke them apart, the people of Heartland have always found their way back to what truly matters: family. Through heartbreak and healing, through mistakes and forgiveness, this family has held on tighter than ever. Even in the empty spaces, even in the silence of loss, love endures. Heartland is not only about grand battles or storms, but the quiet strength in everyday life. Because family is not just who stands beside you in the light, it's who holds you steady in the dark. But this season, nothing will stay the same. New challenges are rising, harder, sharper, and closer to home. Amy faces a wild horse that refuses to be tamed. Lou's leadership is tested by division and doubt. Jack struggles to hide his own weakness as the ranch leans heavier on his shoulders. Every choice matters. Every step could change everything. Every family has secrets. But secrets can't stay buried forever. Every decision has a cost. Every silence carries a consequence. Trust will be broken, voices will be raised, and bonds once unshakable may begin to crack. If they lose Heartland, they lose everything. Yet in the darkest moments, hope always finds a way. Because Heartland has never been about how many times life breaks you, but how many times you find the courage to rise again. Through courage, through love, through family, they will find their way forward. Heartland is more than a ranch. It's a promise that no matter how heavy the road, no one rides it alone. Heartland has weathered every trial, every storm, every goodbye. But some journeys never truly end. This is more than a ranch, more than a family. This is Heartland Season 19, coming soon. Because no matter where life takes you, the road always leads back home.